Some are calling it the age of the downloadable gun. Americans may soon be able to make 3D printed guns from their homes. The State Department has given Texas-based nonprofit Defense Distributed the green light to release blueprints for 3D printed guns online. That will begin on August 1st.
Defense Distributed is using its legal win to launch what it hopes will become the internet's most comprehensive repository of digital gun files. And as digital fabrication tools like 3D printers and computer-controlled milling machines become cheaper and more advanced, Defense Distributed hopes to unlock a new generation of DIY gunsmithing beyond all regulation.
Okay, so you can make a gun at home, right? Let me remind you, the AR-15 is the gun of choice when it comes to mass shootings. If you've forgotten the damage that that kind of gun can do, let me remind you, this is Las Vegas, when the shooter aimed an AR-15 type rifle out of the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay and started killing people. Okay, so just think, if you can make an AR-15 at home, there are no background checks, and if the gun is plastic, it could be totally undetectable. Brian Claypool is a criminal defense attorney and someone who was at that concert in Vegas. He joins me now. I apologize for showing that that gun, because I know how much it affects you, which is why I wanted to talk to you, because seriously, the government is giving the green light to a process where you can make essentially a plastic AR-15 at home, and it's just as much as a killing machine as the one that exists now.
Carol, what's our world coming to? I am shocked, outraged, and traumatized by what's going on. As you recall, I was in the Vegas shooting, and during the first round of shots, pop, 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 I said to myself, if I survive, I thought I was going to die. I thought I was dead for sure. I could hear the bullets pinging. The first thought that came to my mind is, you can't defend yourself against an assault rifle. When you're in the middle of it, you're toast. There's no way to defend it. The second thought I had was, if I live during the second round of shots, if I live, I'm going to do everything possible to stop this from happening again. So I started with talking to Chris Cuomo, your colleague on CNN, about gun reform, working with Dianne Feinstein out here, our U.S. Senator, to do gun reform. And now I've got to fight this? This is crazy. There are no background checks for your viewers. There are no mental health checks. There are no tracing of the guns, like no serial numbers. So somebody can go download this, create an AR-15 or what's called a BZ-58. You know what that is? I looked at a 17-inch weapon that weighs 7 pounds, an assault rifle. They can make those, go use those, carry out mass shootings, and there's no way to even trace the person that did it.
It leaves me speechless, because I guess it takes the gun control argument off the table, because if people can just make guns at home, there is no gun control, and the NRA has totally won. Yay for them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny you mentioned that. You know what they put on their website, this company? They put a picture of a cemetery, and on the pillar it had gun reform dead. That's how arrogant these folks are. And I invite Defense Distributed to meet with me. I would love to have a face-to-face with these folks who so arrogantly push out this. They're all happy, like, oh, go have at it. I want them to meet somebody that's been in a mass shooting. And let's have a heart-to-heart and talk about whether this is really good for our society. This is a step backwards, Carol. I mean, we again, in our country, greed and money is eclipsing public safety. Even after Parkland, Vegas, we just had a shooting in Toronto. I know it's in Canada. But what is the world coming to? And what bothers me the most is our government. I hate to pick on our government again, but let's talk about it real quick. They haven't even challenged this correctly. No state attorney general, no federal government, the U.S. attorney general has filed a lawsuit to make one simple argument, that this company's allowing people to download and create these guns themselves, it violates state and federal laws that require background checks, mental health checks, and you have to have a serial number trace.
Well, there's nothing that would prevent you from making these guns fully automatic, which is also against the law, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It is against the law. And that's why I don't understand why our government, again, is asleep at the wheel. So I hate to do lobbying today on your show.
No.
But for people across the country watching this, please contact your state federal legislators, and your state attorney general. Somebody needs to step up and stop this before there's another mass shooting and this company has blood on its hands and our government has blood on its hands again.
Brian Claypool, many thanks.
Yeah, thank you,
And
Carol.
I hope you get your debate, because I would love to be a part of that. Coming up next.